Hi, greetings, and more grace to each and every one of you. Again, today is Christmas Day 2024. And, I told you I was going to be coming back, all throughout the day with different little topics of discussions and things that, Shondo make mention to me. And here was one thing that Shondo thought of. And, it kind of made me wonder. Check this out. So, as it pertains to marriage, because I don't know what point in time you guys watching this throughout the day, but I'm pretty sure that it's probably some of y'all done face some of these issues where the marriage didn't come up, whether it was a slight argument, or maybe it was, you're around family and, they ain't too fond of, your spouse, or, how all those various issues that we run into during the holiday season, right? Or you just are having an amazing time and ain't nothing affecting, the marriage portion of your life. Good. I'm glad. Listen, so good to hear it. And I'm looking forward to your day being amazing. Because again, your girl gonna be here with you all throughout the day. But check this out. I got a quick question for you. Is it possible that somebody can be a successful and effective marriage counselor, hear me, if they've never been married? Can somebody be an effective marriage counselor if they've been divorced? And are they actually able to fulfill and satisfy the role of a counselor? Somebody with wise counsel that can lead and guide and direct married people in a straight, truthful, realistic, logical path. But you've experienced these things. You've never been married, or you've experienced a divorce. And let's say if they are married, but they're having a rocky situation themselves, which of course you probably may not ever know, but the person would know. Is it possible that somebody can be an effective marriage counselor? This is just things Shondos was thinking of today. But can they be effective and offer sound marriage counseling? Whether it's, natural or spiritual, or both combined, because this thing is natural and spiritual. Okay. So is that something that can be done effectively? If you've, experienced divorce and you still hold the title and the experience of a marriage counselor. You got the credentials of a marriage and family counseling counselor. Or if you have never ever been married before, but you hold the title and the credentials of a certified marriage counselor, can they effectively give marriage counseling? Now, here's the thing. Now, that divorced person, and not saying that anything is wrong with either of the situations, but I'm just offering a perspective here. This is just a topic of conversation we just having, because this is a real life issue. Marriage is real, Issues in marriage is real. Separations, coming together, all of that. The covenant, the relationship, listen, the communication, all of that is a reality when it comes to marriage. So, just looking at the divorced person. Okay, so they have had the experience of marriage, right? So they've had the experience of marriage, so they can tell you, about the courting season. They can tell you about the coming together season. They can tell you about, actually the solidifying of the marriage. They can tell you about day one through the first 10 days, the first year. They depending on what point of the marriage that they stopped at. But they have that experience of being married. But let's say you come into that person because you're experiencing shakiness in your marriage. You're experiencing some confusion. You're experiencing some turmoil in your marriage, and you're coming to somebody for sound advice, and you know that they've been divorced. and you coming to them for sound advice concerning a turbulent time in your marriage. Do you think they can be effective? Not saying that they can't. I'm just asking. We just talking. No. So religious and going. All right. So listen. So do you think that they can be effective in offering sound advice to a turbulent marriage situation when they actually experienced a divorce? Put your suggestions in the comments. Put your thoughts in the comments. I'm just offering a perspective. Now let's go to that person that has never ever been married, and then you got a couple coming to them for marriage counseling. So I'm just curious to know, how can they relate to the actual marriage experience other than what they've read in books, other than what they've seen as an outsider? How can they actually relate to feelings, emotions? They can just they can of course they can react to the communication aspects. They can relate to various aspects of marriage, but actually being able to be acquainted, like the scripture tells us how Jesus was acquainted with our grief. He's acquainted with our sorrows. He understands what we deal with in the flesh, because when God came down to earth and put on that flesh suit, right, and that flesh suit was called Jesus. So he actually understands this assignment that we have in this body. So he's acquainted. He understands, and that's why he came down, so he can have this experience to see what was really going on with humanity. I created this situation and they is acting a whole fool. Let me come down here and put on me a flesh suit and see what's going on, baby. When he got up in that flesh suit, it's I get it. So yeah, I got to die. So they can have a way up out of this, huh? All right, so I just gave it as an example. So that person who is a marriage counselor, but they've never experienced the marriage vows, the marriage covenant. They've never experienced, maybe they've had boyfriends and girlfriends, or girlfriends. They've had, entanglements or situations, as far as relationships, but the covenant of marriage, they've never experienced. They've never experienced the commitment. They've never experienced the up and down, the in and out that comes with marriage. So can they be effective in giving sound advice to a troubled marriage, or maybe even controversial marriage, and they've never even experienced it, outside, again, out of what we call book sense, or outside of what they've seen, marriages look like, how they've seen marriages function? Can they be effective in giving sound advice? So put your comments in the chat. Put your thoughts about this in the comments, and we'll have a discussion. We'll come back and talk about it. And I'm gonna be scrolling through, checking on my fam, seeing what y'all thinking about today. And we'll talk about it. See if we can have a conversation. Listen, depending on how intense the conversation get, we might have to come on, chat it up. Okay. So again, like I said, this was just something Shondo thought about. Dropped in for Shondo today. Excuse me, I just, was thinking about it, because I know, sometimes during, the holiday seasons, you come in contact, with, oh my God, marital situations, married couples. You finna run into the old baby mama. You finna run into that ex. You finna run into these situations where mama, she ain't real cool. With old good, but she deal with it because of you. Mama, she ain't cool with old boy, but she deal with him because of you. So you gonna run into some of these things. You got some of the family that's just at odds with the whole marriage situation. Throw the whole marriage away. And so you're going to come in contact with these things. And that was just something I thought about. So put your comments, down there under this video in the comment section, and let's talk about it. And I pray that all marriages are successful in kingdom marriages. And I pray that God's will be done in all marriages, and that the covenant of marriage stays, effective, and it stays vibrant, and it stays lucrative for all marriages. Kingdom marriages and just marriages ordained by God, period. But it's the reality is sometimes there are issues. So if in the event that there are, listen, I ain't telling you always run to the church and go talk to the pastor, because there'll be some. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Calm down, Shondo. Okay then. All right. So listen, y'all be amazing today. Continue to do you and be the greatest you that you can be in this day. And I'll see you guys a little bit later. Love you all to life here. Enjoy your day. Bye, y'all.